My name is Anthony Sneed Jr. I'm 33 years old and I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I've been a special agent for a little over 4 years. What inspired me to become an FBI agent was growing up. I was, interested into a lot of criminal justice shows, criminal justice books. I grew up watching a lot of Law and Order. I grew up watching New York Undercover. I saw detectives and police officers on those shows that were African American. That interested me in becoming and wanted to become part of law enforcement. If I were not an agent, I would be a lawyer. I actually went to college to be a lawyer. I took my LSATs right out of college, right out of undergrad, but I wanted to be more so working in the street, working in the community, and then through researching FBI, I felt like this would be the perfect place for me to work at. Personally, the steps that I took to prepare to be an FBI agent was one, physically. There's a physical component to working in the FBI. You have to be in shape, you have to stay in shape. So I ran a lot. I ran pretty much every day in preparing to apply to the FBI and go to the academy. And also mentally, I read a lot to try to keep my brain as sharp as possible and just research as much information as possible as I could about the FBI. The most rewarding part of my job as an FBI agent, is the impact we have on the community. I feel like for what we do to make an arrest in a certain area, and to remove criminal actors from that area, to have community members come out and say they feel comfortable coming outside, walking their streets because of the work we do, that's very rewarding. And also being an African American in law enforcement, just having that representation is really big for me. I didn't see that a lot growing up. I actually didn't meet an African American agent until I became an agent. So just representing that for the next generation, hopefully of law enforcement officers and African American law enforcement officers, is really big in what I want to represent as an African American agent. Personally, I've learned that the job is very time consuming and you have to really time manage pretty well. It wasn't one of my strong suits. It's probably still not one of my strong suits, but you have to manage your time pretty well between work, your family life, and then also taking time to yourself. And then professionally, I feel like just working with different people. I enjoy working with people from different backgrounds, different parts of the country, different parts of the world, really. You really get to learn new stuff every day, stuff that you really thought you would never have a chance to learn. Some of the myths about being an FBI agent that are not true is that we're rigid, we don't have a personality, we kind of are by the book, we're not approachable, and I would say that's completely not the case. I enjoy the people I work with. We all have things in common. And better yet, we all have things not in common that we can learn from each other. We're just the same as any other person in any other job. We're approachable, we're funny, we love to make jokes. So I would say that's the biggest misconception, is that working in the FBI is that you have to be a certain way. Where actually we prefer that everyone be themselves. I think that makes for a more fun and enjoyable workplace. I would say some of the myths of being a black FBI agent is that we're not approachable. Is that you have to be a certain way to work with FBI, whereas really we just want you to be yourself. Just be yourself, come as you are, so to speak. And then I think people will see the real you and the real you for how you were raised, where you come from, and that makes us a better agency, I believe. If I can choose a dream location to work, I would say Philadelphia, because I'm from there. I would like to go back and impact that community any way that I can. But also, one of the good things of working in the FBI is that you can work literally around the world. So really anywhere that I'm able to do this job, I'm pretty much happy about. I would like young black boys and girls to know that becoming an agent, the main thing is that it's possible. I take being a black FBI agent very seriously. Just representing that for the next generation, hopefully, of agents and law enforcement officers. Just know that it's possible. For me, growing up, I didn't know or meet or see a black agent until I became a part of the agency. So hopefully I can make myself more visible, so to speak, so that people of the younger generation can see that it is possible. I think the efforts that can be taken to inspire more young kids and young boys and girls, to be FBI agents, is one, I think, just to do more outreach to middle schools and grade schools and high schools, as well as continue to do the outreach that we do with colleges and young professionals. I think just getting to the pipeline early of individuals who are in grade school, middle school, high school, as they start formulating what they want to do with their lives, reaching out then so that we can kind of put our information into their minds, like, hey, this is possible. Think about this as you get older, as you figure out what you want to do, and implement that early. And then also, I would suggest doing more recruiting at historical Black colleges and universities, HBCUs. I feel like that's a pipeline that is ripe for individuals who want to work for the federal government, and just doing more outreach there, I think, would be beneficial. I balance self-improvement with family. Again, this goes back to the time management. Just trying to balance, the demands of the job with your personal life, your family life. This is a demanding job. There are going to be nights that you have to work. There are going to be weekends you have to work. There will be holidays you have to work. But I think our executive management and this agency as a whole, we do a good job of making sure our family time is put aside for, and making sure that employees know that, hey, when you have the time, go spend it with your family. When you have the days off, or when your squad or your everyday duties might not be as active this week or this month, make sure you take time for your family and take a vacation. So this agency does a good job of pushing that out to the field and then down to us as agents and support personnel. One place on earth I would like to visit, I'm a big island guy, so anywhere that's isolated, honestly, where I can just look out on a clear blue water for 24 hours a day, I have no problem doing that. So any island that's secluded, that'd be Greece, the Caribbean, anywhere, I'm all for it. In my spare time, I can be found pretty much. I have an 18-month-old son, so running around with him, that's probably the biggest time consumer outside of work right now. He's very energetic, so just keeping track of him is a job in and of itself. Other than that, I work out, I read a lot, really into sports, so whenever I can watch a sporting event, I'll do that, but it's mostly my son at this point. I am currently reading a book based on a guy I named my son after, Langston Hughes. I named my son Langston, and the book is called Nora and Langston. It was recommended to me by a friend, so I'm trying to get through that as quick as I can. On my musical playlist, I'm kind of a chill guy, kind of a low-key kind of guy, so anything that's R&B, soul, anything that kind of mellow me out is probably what I listen to most of the time. If I can say anything to the average citizen about the FBI right now, just continue to work with us. We're only as good as the community we serve and the partnership that we build with the community. So just continue to work with us. Continue to report if you see something. Definitely say something. And obviously there are areas that we all can be better in, but just continue to stay with us. We are here for you. And again, we're only as good as our partnership and our relationship with the community. So that's not lost on us, and just continue to stick with us. I'm happy that the FBI is doing this. I'm happy that the FBI is recognizing African Americans, and this is the 100th year of the first African American that was hired with the Bureau. So the FBI, we've been doing a lot of things this year to recognize that, and again, I'm just appreciative of the FBI of pushing that out and making not only the agency but the world aware of that. So I'm definitely appreciative of that.